Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Crashy, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about the current pop-up Share the Love competitive series, the current ecosystem of competitive play within Fortnite. But before we get into that, I do want to let you guys know that I have opened up a new Discord called the Junior Skirmish, and what this is it's basically a kind of social experiment test thing that I want to run, and I'm going to explain that. I am opening a Discord for players that are under the age of 16 years old, so that way I can run customs for them. My main focus is going to be running customs on NA East and NA West, but I'd have opened up a section and put in a role for EU as well. My goal with this is that I know there are a ton of players out there that are too young to grind, the more official stuff, too young to get into the bigger tournaments, and I want to give you guys a community and a hub and a place where maybe we can get multiple hosts running custom games. Maybe at some point in the future, everybody can run custom games and we can all just set up custom games for the younger players in order to find you guys some success, put your names out there, get some good practice, and maybe make some teammates and get signed or something. I don't know. It's a big experiment. I really wanted to start it and put it on, and I urge you to check out the link in the description below. Even if you're not under the age of 16, if you want to support it, you want to be a part of it, let me know and maybe we can talk about that. But today I want to talk about the current format of the Share the Love series, competitive series, where this is all going, and kind of what my thoughts are on it. First and foremost, I am one to give credit where credit is due, and on Epic Games' side, I absolutely love this series. I think it's cool, I think it looks good, I think it's got a particular polish that I've been looking for and a good ranked feel to it, but there are some problems. So I wanted to get that out of the way. I wanted to say I do like what this is, but at the same time I don't really know what this is, and I always say this, but we'll get into that in just a second. At its first glance, it looks amazing. It's obviously ranked. We did the placement portion of it, which I would like for them to I don't know, put a little bit more sparkle behind that, give it an actual a placement. I don't know, kind of how Overwatch does it, where it shows you your 10 games. I want a little bit more of a presentation for the actual placement itself, but then once you're split into divisions, this is where things get interesting. Now, my main issue with this whole thing is point distribution, and I could do an entire video talking about how poor this point distribution is and what I would do specifically to change it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Thresholds for kills, I hate them. I think incentivizing kills like that forces W King. It forces you're telling the whole lobby to go out and try to get 7, 8 kills, and that's impossible. Not everybody can do that. It promotes unrealistic play. It promotes bad practice, and ultimately end games are really watered down because of this. I hate that part of it. I absolutely hate it. In former pop-ups that we had 2 points for basically every placement stepping stone, and in this one we're going 1, 1, and 3, and 3 points being for a win. I also hate this. It's really hard for me to feel rewarded by getting second place when you literally get nothing. So here's my thoughts. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Basically, my overall thought is I hate the current point distribution. I want it to get reworked entirely, and how I would do it specifically is that I would give 15 points for first place, going all the way down to 15th place for 1 point. So basically, if you can understand what I mean by that, the top 15 people, the top 15 teams or places, at least I'm talking in solos for this particular reason, and that would have to come down for duos or something, would get 1 point up to 15 points, and then every single point would be every single kill would be a point. And so that way, if you were, let's say, again, we're talking solos here, let's say you get first place, you get 15 points, but if you wanted to emulate that success by W King and being a really aggressive player, you would have to get 15 kills. And I think if anybody's going into some of these games and they're getting 15 kills, that's pretty respectful and respectable. And yeah, I think that's that's something that they should be able to earn. So if you're slaying out and you get a win, you should be rewarded. Basically, I want a system that rewards almost everything you do. And I think looking at 15th place and up, and maybe for duos 10th place and up, would be a pretty rewarding way to do that. So maybe that's something they can look at in the future. But let's jump into it. Basically, you get your division, you're looking into it, you're given your your little time slot, and you can see the leaderboards all along the way. And this has that polish that I'm talking about. This has that feel, that ranked mode, and it feels so good to be able to look in and see and compare and see names and up and comers and people and all this. It's such a great feel to it. But one thing I really am frustrated about is this time window. It just doesn't. It feels so weird. We have a 15 game, at least for contenders, with a 15 game cap to it, and there's this time window, and it's a little weird and it's a little wonky, and it's just this like very odd kind of dysmorphed version of what I would like to see as a ranking system. And the biggest question I have about all this, and I think I maybe used a little bit of terminology like this a little while ago, is like, where is this all leading? What does this all come down to? Because we know that there is going to be a finals for this, but I don't exactly know how that's going to run. I don't exactly know what that's going to look like. And ultimately, what does this mean for the bigger picture of competitive Fortnite? Is this something they're going to turn on every month and we'll have like a month-long season of some named series? Is this something they're going to turn on every 3 months? Is this going to be is this like a really big test for how you're going to have to run, through a big, tiered division, layered division series to get into World Cup? Is World Cup going to be open qualifiers on like a quarterly or, some kind of basis? Ultimately, this system, while it looks good and while it runs pretty well, technically there are some bugs. And like I said, I don't care for the point distribution. It looks good. But what does it mean? Where does this fit? It basically leaves me asking more questions than questions I have answered. And so, as a competitive player, I'm intrigued, I'm excited, I like what I see, I hate what I see, and I'm just like in this mix of just being a little all over the place with what exactly is going on with competitive Fortnite. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think we're getting steps slowly going toward whatever the inevitability is going to be. And I think Epic already knows what that is. I just think we don't have the bigger picture. So in kind of closing thoughts, I hope the point distribution for this changes. I think overall my goal is that, for point distribution specifically, is that players just need to be rewarded. And if that means that the max number of points, like if people are putting hundreds of points on the board rather than just like 30, 40, something like that, it doesn't really matter, because everybody's going to be getting bigger points. So let's be more accurate. Let's give out more points and reward more specific achievements, 1 kill, 10th, 11th, 12th place or something like that. Let's be a little bit more specific with how we are earning points and scoring players. And overall, let's see what the progression of this system turns into. Where does it all go? What do the finals look like? How often does it happen? So I don't know. It's exciting, it's intriguing, it's confusing, it's crazy, but I guess for now we're along for the ride. So those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do not leave without leaving a like, and I don't know, let me know, what do you think in the comment section down below. I appreciate you for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one.
Does the beat take you over? You just can't.